We effectively wiped the whole clan.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our path. It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by them. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed. Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and... You told me once that you had never met Iavara. Now you will tell me the truth.
Oh, god damn it.
And what was your opinion of her? And now she has allowed that flaw to drive her. You are wise to be forthcoming with me. I am willing to... You have already done much for the Inquisition.
Am I supposed to know who Iavara is?
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are... So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judge.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer? Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relation... The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Thaos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why. Indeed. Akin, but that's what this is really about, isn't it? I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Thaos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away? He is beyond forgiveness, for his deeds are beyond repair. Is that so? It would seem that way to me as well. But if that is true, then the two of you may be connected more closely. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way—
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
Or perhaps you underestimate your foe, Old One. Where your soul is renewed in its ignorance in each span of your life, His only grows in cut.
The man Thaos, you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, fast. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end. You might wait for it to come on its own, of course, but when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew,
Not that he would tell you.
you have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms, the soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the...
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his...
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the pen...
Don't be cruel. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you no more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people, but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast... The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant. Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself, and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
None. Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared. Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, what do you wish to know?
The same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with. Some more. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason
Or vengeance.
There is little to be said about us, for we are bound here. Caretakers and defenders. We have seen the elms grow tall. We have seen cities built, burned, and built again. The only constant has been the tower, a silent companion through the ages. You can imagine why this recent destruction has stirred.
If you do nothing else, make that man pay for what he did here.
We will tell you. Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace? All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the different, and be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned. And it is those that trouble the soul above. May you find an answer.
Okay, that was interesting.